So, the team that was already in first place secured themselves a chicken dinner, and now, I would assume at least, push that buffer a little more. But, looking at the caliber of players we've got to deal with in this tournament, there's no way in hell with 4 games left to play that they can feel safe.
No, 100%. I mean, I wouldn't feel safe if I was there.
In the last game.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, they won that last game there. It just kind of solidifies the fact that they're kind of outperforming everybody in terms of just fragging and I think that's the name of the game in terms of duos is fragging, and they seem to do it pretty well.
I would argue that positioning is, well, I mean, of course you have to kill the last people, therefore fragging in the end is the most important. But for me, we just see so many teams get caught out in situations where they don't seem to know what to do from there. Like, they push a place because, oh, this is nice right now. Yes, but you kind of also have to get further. And then they get caught in a corner, or they get locked up in, like, pinned in a situation where they didn't really think it through, maybe they just didn't really have any other options. Maybe look to go to that, like, skip point A and try to get directly to B instead. Maybe in some situations where it gets a little too hard.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams don't really stay proactive enough to kind of. They don't keep thinking about moving further, even though they get into this fight and they think, oh, I want to hold these guys out. But that's your first mistake is trying to hold players out of the circle. Then you get into a really prolonged gunfight, and then you're in the blue, and then it's all ruined after that, basically. So I think positioning does mean kills in terms of you can kind of position yourself to get kills.
Yeah, but let's take a look at, speaking of kills, exactly how these guys managed to perform in the last game, because there were quite a few of them. 3 teams getting in the top, and look at that, Razor Edge stomping their crew.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's impressive, actually. Yeah,
26 points between the 4 Razor Edge players, and I mean, they've got to be pretty happy with that.
Oh, yeah.
Istanbul Wildcats make their way up there as well. Yet again, they had a decent game last game as well, with BSD managing to secure himself a spot in the late game. Liquid managing to get some kills, 7 points for them. And as you can see here, again, we talk about it all the time, 4 points this time around actually was 11th place. So a little deeper down. And now, as you can see here, 12 points from Coldement and Quick, the Spanish duo, down to 2nd place for Liquid. So they're starting to push themselves apart by a little bit, but the night is still young. As they say, there's plenty more PUBG to be played.
Yeah, night is still very, very young. But yeah, it's good seeing Team Liquid sort of back up there, doing their thing. He's still having a slightly rough sort of time, but James is picking up the weight, and he's
helping him.
He's like moral support as well. Come on, let's go.
Let's go. Stop falling all the time.
Exactly.
It's like when you bring your girlfriend out on the ice rink the first time, and you constantly fall, I don't want to do this anymore, but she's out in the middle of the freaking thing. She's like, you can stop here and cry, but you have to get over to the wall eventually. Because get up, get on over there. And I mean, I'm not comparing Ibiza to my girlfriend, but you know what I mean. Oh, this is gonna get clipped, isn't it? Yeah. In any case, I like the fact that you have a duo in these tournaments where you can just see that they, on purpose, because they know situations like those will occur, where random stuff happens and you get knocked. Yeah. The teammate is always around to get you back up. And it's not only Liquid, we've seen it with multiple teams. You want to be able to trade the knocks, and I think there's a huge difference in how we see the Open League teams play this and how we see these guys play. I think they value that having the 1-2 power much more than the Open League teams have done.
Yeah, I think you're right there for sure. They definitely value being together. I mean, apart from Moman and Hjort in the first game, but I think that might have been a slight mistake. But looks like they are together actually in prison, so not too bad. But yeah, I do agree in terms of like the Open League. They tend to sort of split loot and kind of be very sort of nonchalant about not dying in the first part, and it usually happens.
Oh, fast. We actually did tag Mert there, but unfortunate for him, not able to find the knock. Because silent case is a thing in the English language.
Yes, it is. Ooh, that's a lot of water.
Yeah.
Ow, okay.
There was a little water last circle too, and we never really saw any of it. So who knows? Maybe this one will give us that beach ending we've been waiting for. Now a fight escalates in the city. That's not something we've really seen before. Ibiza, Nate thrown upstairs. Fix goes down. I think Ibiza has more hours played in Pachinki than I have in PUBG.
Yeah,
and I have like 3,000 hours in PUBG. It's not a bragging thing at all. It's just the fact that I have quite a few hours, and I'll be honest and say he probably has 3,000 hours in Pachinki.
For sure.
if not even more.
Just inside of Pachinki, yeah.
They know these cities inside out. Like literally, they probably know them as well as they know the city they grew up in real life.
Yeah. 100%, that's for sure. I mean, probably better, actually, to be honest with you.
It's a little scary to think about.
Yeah.
Every single angle, every single place you can hold, they know them. And, well, I mean, that's one nade secured them enough. But also they know that their opponents know them. So they don't want to over-aggress and do something stupid and lose players because of it. Because cities are that type of, oh, you got knocked in the doorway, can't help you out, sorry, mate. Whereas when you're out in the open or just with some sort of room between you, you can easily make those double peaks together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they did get down one. Now Jazz is kind of splits off. He doesn't want any part of this again. He doesn't want to.
That's a little pain.
Doesn't want to engage. So it's going to be kind of a stalemate in terms of not fighting Pachinki. And James and Aviz are probably going to peace out sometime soon. They did go quite early last game, didn't they? Towards the lumber mill. So hopefully we'll see them leave again for the center and hopefully not get headshotted by an SLR rotating. Yeah.
They've done that every single game. I mean, you think about it, both on Erangel, Miramar, and Sanhok, they've always rotated early to go center. They don't want to have those early skirmishes, and I think that's why after they secured the kill there, they're like, you know what, we don't even care to find Jazza. He could be anywhere. We are not going to chase him. We're going to finish up looting. They brought the hard spawn further down south, so they secured it. They don't have Jazza destroy it. And setting up for what, I mean, probably would have been an earlier rotation had it not been because they have to take that fight. And I would assume them leaving. They just jump in the car. So they're leaving as we speak.
Yeah, there we go. They're off and away. And so I think Jazza might realize that he's got the whole city to himself to loot up and get as much utility and gear as he can, and then go out as a solo and probably prone.
And we also just discussed how trolling it is that the only car we have in the game that you can't drive, that you can drive, is the US, where that's also kind of blown up in this range. So outside that compound with Sixi and Menox. This US, okay, now we put a skin on it, looks a little different. But if you go back to where Sixi and Menox is, they have USs. Like, that's the only car in the game that are those broken up ones that you can also play.
Yeah,
on Miramar, it's all like these weird pickup trucks, and these cars, those are not like they're like American taxis, looking like the yellow caps. And on Miramar, you have Harley Davidsons. You don't have the normal bikes either. You have these big school buses. But if you look over on the other side of the compound, there's and they are around on the map too. They're USs, and I cannot even tell you how many times I've been debated thinking I was jumping for a vehicle.
That one, there we go.
There's a US. That's a US right there.
Exact one.
And
that's
so many. Oh, I got a car. Wait. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I see the car. Oh no, not
never mind.
Now I'm dead. All right, next
game. So many times it's happened. So many times. But and those are also the only USs you can vault up on, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you can vault up on fake USs, but you can't do it on real cars. You do the math on that one.
Interesting. Nonetheless, though, Rafi and co, Reels, fragging and shagging. This is the EU counterpart from the NA counterpart. There,
Oh yeah.
They're
Were they crying and dying last time?
Yeah, they were. Actually. Yeah, that's right.
Instead of fragging and shagging.
Yeah, right. Actually, that
didn't have the best day on Miramar, unfortunately. But who knows? As we said many times before, this leaderboard is so close, and if you have the money anyway, it doesn't really matter. You can still easily, I want to say, make your way into the top 16.
Yeah, exactly. My man, they're in a tough spot here. Looks like they tried to trade for a vehicle or something, and then got completely blasted by Lipson and Tumhum. Or I think it was only Lipson because Tumhum seems to be approaching momentarily. But Lipson's trying to find different angles, trying to just see if he can spot out any more players. They're going to go for it. Oh no! Hjort gets out the vehicle. My man's going to peace out and just get out of there. Hjort's got to try and maybe defend himself.
Do they think that two people left?
Lipson's looking now. Wow. Insane headshot.
I don't think they know Hjort is still there, though.
No.
He's going to cross, and Hjort might be able to find him.
Yep, Tuhum's crossing on the south side as well. They're both crossing. This could be rough.
I have no idea.
Hjort surely sees them there. There we go. Spray comes in.
Turn around.
Knock comes out, and I think he actually knows where he is. I think he's heard him, though. Maybe. I'm not sure how.
Now shots are fired. At least he should know. But, is he going to go for the flush? He's still running around the side. Molman, no, hide. Hide. The Grim Reaper is coming to collect you.
Yeah, he's in a small little dip, so he should be okay. But Lipson's the one that's in the whole lot of trouble in terms of flushing.
Level 3 vest against a mini.
Wow, yeah. It's tough. But of course, Tuhum's got a level 3 vest of his own as well, so...
There's a bit of a time strain on the on Timham as well, given the fact that Lipson is not 2, so he doesn't have unlimited time. And now Loss and Misa coming up to say hello. They'll probably stop and take a fight if I know these Finnish players correctly. Oh, yep, Loss is stopping, and I think Jol is counting his days and saying, you know what, I need to get away from here. Question is whether that's gonna be possible. Nope, ain't gonna happen. Jord goes down, and once again, Stella and Jord, they just keep getting booped and bopped in situations where they... I mean, I want to say it's not their fault. It's just they run into opponents in situations that I think in 9 out of 10 other games they probably wouldn't have.
That's the thing. I mean, if they're going for that vehicle on that road, that means that they haven't dropped vehicles previously. So
yeah,
it is a mistake that they hadn't done it previously. So that means that they're in a position where they're getting caught off by people rotating and moving whilst they're trying to look for vehicles. So I think it is their mistake in the first place. But it is unfortunate that they got pulled up on by Tim and Lipson.
Yeah, former first place team out early once again, and I did not see Chris or Mika get any kills this game. So that could be yet another 0-point game for them. And it's, I mean, as you say, it's kind of on them, and that's sort of what I wanted to lead to as well. Because you can get really unlucky and have random stuff happen every game, but when it happens every game,
then
there's got to be there's got to be somewhat of a pattern, something you could have avoided, something you could have scouted better, something, I don't know, maybe you just got to be that much more cautious and really look out everything, every hole.
Oh, wow.
Yanis.
Nice little spray there, the headshot to sort of finish it off. Buyakai goes down, and Iro, is he just going to keep going?
Brother,
yeah, he's just going to keep going. No, but brother.
How do you say no in Turkish?
I have no idea.
I'm just going to say no. Because that's very universal, you know.
No, brother.
No. Iro, he spots Winky. What he doesn't know is that Winky's actually trying to help him, holding off Yanis. Same thing as Nailub and Tausera. They're sitting on the southeastern side. And Circle also went back on land. What is it with us and not... Look at that crate up. How does that crate drop there now?
I had no idea. I think that dropped before...
No. It literally popped as I said it.
Really? Okay, well, that's
toxic.
That's stupid, game.
A crate in the corner of Georgia Bowl dropping after the circle is popped down here.
No one's going to get that.
Oh, you don't think so?
No.
That is probably the wisest thing you said today.
Yeah.
In before DA spots it on the way down.
And they get that.
Just to prove you wrong. When the wisest thing you said
they could see it and probably maybe go and get it, but
they would probably see it while driving, unless if they're looking for people in the city.
Yeah, maybe.
They would see it in the air, you would assume at least.
Yeah, exactly. But Jazza is he's a solo, obviously, and he does hear the 2 Istanbul Wildcats pulling up, take some shots, lots of damage onto Genzo. He's half HP now. Nade's come out, and can he possibly get a knock here to start things off? Nope, nothing coming of that.
He's by himself, all alone. He lost Vex early on in Pachinki to the Liquid duo, so I don't think he really... I mean, he had the element of surprise. He used it. He kind of missed it, and now he needs to back off. Yeah, 100%. There's no way you can sort of hold this fight and take multiple fights essentially with 2 players. It's gonna be tough. But it looks like he's not backing off though. He still wants a piece of it. Yeah.
So fair enough. You see the split as well actually from Intense and Simsy or Winky Pinky. Actually, Buyakai is up now. They did get him up. So Iro and Buyakai still alive, and they're pushing towards Intense, and they are split pretty heavily.
Yeah, White wanted that too. One player is inside the observatory, and one you can see Winky Pinky just outside of Gatka. They let me put it this way: they won't be able to help each other if one team gets pushed up on. It seems like, as you said very correctly there, Hayes, that is indeed going to be Intense under fire in a moment.
Yeah, for sure. Big old push coming in. To still out in the blue. He's making his way on it. Towards the southeastern side.
Before this next circle pops, notice how many players are on the west side.
Yeah.
There are so few players out east, given the fact that the first circle was so far out. Everyone tried to get around the swamp, around the quarry, get to those shoreline positions, take the compounds out there. From Nailub and east, you have 6 players.
Yeah, that's insane. And again, I mean, it comes back to just doing the stupid play, you know, just doing the dumb play and just coming in from the center
just
side
be
of the
dumb,
circle.
jump into chopsticks, man. It's free. Come on, what do you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, like it's a better spot than what DA has when they made a long rotation out towards the north.
Ooh, called the Mentor. Surprised that one jumped off. Unfortunately for Rip.
Oh wow.
Didn't really work out for him. Now Colder spot smash above. What a great play.
That's just like a Coldamenta play right there.
Get corrected.
That's absolutely insane. Fair play. Does take out the two of them, and 3 points for him. And there we go. Circle shift directly on top of Iroh and Buyakai as they don't push Intense, actually. They haven't pushed him at all. He's just chilling there. He's not doing much. But center circle, it's looking pretty good for a lot of the teams that were already in the center anyway. So not too bad at all.
A lot of open areas in this one. We've got Gatka on the edge, which means probably no more teams would want to go there. We've shifted out pretty much in the entirety of the quarry. Swamp can house a few duos, I would say, and then the forest area on the northern side of where N47's duo are in the center. You can have one or two more teams there, but everything on the east is open fields. You can't play them with the hill still in. South, can't play it. It's open. You have the hill where Monkey is down there. There's so much terrain in this circle that you just don't want to get stuck in.
No, exactly. We did actually just see in the kill feed Buyakai taking down, that was Intense actually. So the split did not pay off for Winky Pinky and Intense. They lose one. And he's still got a decent spot in the circle if it does shift, obviously, over towards the northeast. But at the same time, I think, actually, well, to be fair, it's a really good spot because if it does shift over, then they have a compound that they can play from.
True.
If they didn't have that and it did shift back over there still, then they'd be completely screwed, I feel like.
The only way you can play the eastern side of the circle is if it completely shifts out the hillside in the center currently. Yep. You cannot be out there. I mean, with their high ground vision, it's just going to be more practically impossible to sit out there because the grass won't render. You're just going to be caught on a pancake, essentially. Ooh, Monkey able to stay alive, low HP, but seems like Buddy Poppin' does manage to find him. Calvin Klein secures the kill and eliminates the team there. Rayshretch, out they go. And now 60, the other duo from Rayshretch, Menox and Sexy, secure themselves a kill onto Misa, and that's going to leave Loss all by himself.
Yeah, sort of stuff. Nellos, though, is pushing over. Mommy's already down. This is some German on German action, I think, as Rax has to push over or get some kind of res going on to Mommy. It looks like he's going to do so.
I like the fact that Nels peeks underneath this rock because he knows that if he leaps over the right side of it, he's going to be exposed to the compound.
Yeah.
So he always, like, that's what I like. You don't just tunnel on the team you're fighting. You make sure, like, when you peek out a window, like we saw in the last game, peek out the window, but he was exposed through the other window, allowing for the guy in the off angle to shoot him, right? Yep. You always have to think of, I can see this guy, but who can see me? And that was really smart. It's got to be 100% the reason. Don't want to peek out on that side because they knew they were being shot from the compound too. Yeah,
exactly. You definitely want to peek the N47 players because they'll rip your head off at any chance to get ready.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So smart stuff. They don't have any nades, it seems, to actually throw down towards Mommy and Rax. So they're looking okay in that kind of that sort of that dip on the road there. So it's not too bad for now. But at the same time, I mean, you've got Loss coming in here. This is going to be an absolute slaughter.
Yes. Oh my lord. Loss is going to get the center compound. I mean, the south
kidding
compound. Me? The thing is, I don't think he would expect it to be open. To be fair.
No, I mean, to be fair, it was actually edge, like far edge, on the last circle. So to be fair, it's not actually that bad.
It's
at
going
the spot.
for the shack instead.
Yeah.
So it's still open. Raffy and Reels in a decent position, but nades are placed well. Oh my lord, is that one going to be in the mud? It's rolling down.
Oh, no way.
Mert gets him with the second. Vehicles are going to be blown up soon, and unfortunately for them, despite getting 2 kills and getting closer to placement points, they're far from safe just yet.
Yeah, it's a nice little fight they've taken, and some nice points that they get, but at the same time, they're nowhere near the circle, and they've got a hell of a long way to go.
Yeah. Getting some BSD. They're pushing up and over towards. They've heard all the fire, and them sitting in a decent spot right now. Want to secure more points. They've seen that Spot and NBS were around, and they want the kills here. One does go down. Iroh eliminated as well. That's somewhere else. This get flushed out too. Gaxi looking up and over. Trying to push forward the winners of game number 1. Yeah, trying to secure the final kill on towards Buyakai.
Yeah, Buyakai. It's got some work to do. There we go. I mean, nothing more there. Gaxi just peeks up and gets the kill. That was pretty simple. Nothing crazy.
Wildcats eliminate Miraku and MBS as well, and Ibiza gets a knock on towards Quick. That's down on the western side. Important one too, because James was kind of 1v2 against Quick and Coldamenta, but Ibiza in a good position inside the circle too, where he can hold his teammate from.
Yeah, exactly. He gives him the right amount of cover. James up close and personal, and looks like Coldamenta he's in some trouble. But, I mean, we've seen him 1v2 these before, so he can definitely do it. That's for sure. Just needs to find the right moment to make his move.
Hold him into. What can you do? Nice ankle being held by Ibiza. He has the circle. He has a good position, and most importantly, he's able to look over above James on the other side of the ridgeline. It's a perfect position. He can pretty much just guide him. Look at my pin. Look at my bullets. See where I'm shooting. He can just guide him through the entire thing. Great shots, Raby. 3x Scar, not something you see too much. I mean, teams don't really favor the Scar these days, but I guess when nothing else is available.
Yeah, well, I guess the damage is just so low. Well, I mean, I guess the DPS as well. It's just not exactly what it was.
The Scar, the weapon that got faced to the PGC Grand Finals.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. It's the M4 is infinitely better in terms of just pure
everything.
DPS and a recall as well. Something it's got much better recall, but technically, I mean, the Scar has lower fire rate, which means it should have a more controllable recall. I think.
That's a lot of nades being thrown. Gaxi, who would have thought he had many nades available?
Yeah, nades in palms, as they call them. And he's got a load more to throw out into the building. One more.
That's why he has so many. He misses all of them.
Yeah, true.
He does find some damage on towards BSD, though. 75 to be exact. DA, they're crossing in from the western side out in the swamp, and they might want to get a chance. Third party on this battle already taking place, and I think before the nades came in there, that might have been what BSD and Genso were looking for. But now Silas and Gaxi, when pushing around the side, have found themselves some fire going their direction. Circle. Yeah. Oh my lord, Lush.
Oh,
he got the compound now. He's all kinds of heavy.
You kidding me? This is an absolutely insane circle. 2 hard shifts towards the south. He's looking pretty good as well. He hasn't got much to play with, though, unfortunately.
He's been sitting down there for the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. But the third party coming in onto Istanbul Wildcats. You got Crow Crowd on the northern side. They want to come in and clear up their side of the circle to make sure they have a free entry inside. Same with DA. Same with NIP. And NIP have a sort of gatekeep position to try and keep all these teams up. But this could be rough for them if they take too many fights.
I don't like this idea. Even though Nadab actually had him there, he allows for Tau Zero to shoot first. He saw me take the attention away, force him to look for just a split second towards you. Once he fires a bullet over towards Tau Zero, that's when you peek, spot him out, get the kill. Istanbul Wildcats eliminated there as well. Noki now. Oh my lord, that's a 6x spray I can get behind. That's really, really, really impressive control.
Solid stuff. Zoomed out 6x spray. It's always quite nice. Silas does get onto Metrelius there, and then Mert dies to the zone. Okay, yep. That works too. Yeah. No, CC do actually control their side of the circle now. Unfortunately, they still have to make their moves, and Paige looks like he's eyeing up their direction.
Can you really say they control their side of the circle when they're not inside it?
Well,
I know what you mean.
In a sense, yeah, they are the last living members coming into that circle from Swamp. So
that is true.
But at the same time, I think they're wanting to make a move around sort of further south.
Yeah. Fast rail. And nice. Chris trying to push forward. They do secure themselves one of the 2 kills. Imam got himself the other. Nate being thrown. Probably cooked and thrown before the kill came in. So wasted Nate, but the intention was good.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Salzera eyeing up.
That's just right lean while he was on that. I don't know if you noticed it.
It's a little sort of reaction that the headshot comes in. Salzera. Nice little tap fire there from the SLR. That's the strength of the SLR. If you get a headshot in there, they're pretty much dead. There's no way.
I'm thinking if you only have a level 2 vest on and a level 2 helmet, if you get a headshot with an SLR, you can still leg shot and get the knock with the next bullet, right?
Probably. Depends on how much damage it is.
Oh.
Ooh, yikes. That's tough.
They tried.
Yeah, I mean
they got the control of the circle. It's the blue circle.
Yeah,
they got full control. There's no one else.
Full control, yeah.
Full control of the blue circle.
Yeah, so much control. They're not even there anymore.
They went down with it. It was too much. They couldn't handle all the power they were given.
Too much control, yeah.
And now we get 2 blue circles soon.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, here we go. Fast run moving as well. He's making a move up towards a closer ridge, but I don't think he realizes that Rax and Imomi are just right here in front of him. Nope. He's dead. He's dead, Rax. That's enough, okay?
It's a nice dip when people can see you in it.
I mean, so is every dip.
Yes. I'm just saying. It would have been a great position to be in. I mean, the idea of pushing down there is good. it just goes back to also what we saw with Molman and Yord earlier. You gotta scout. I mean, I know it's difficult from where they were. Sarah had a really good angle on towards him with nail up as well. Now, Chris actually found the knock onto one, so had they still both been up there, that could potentially have allowed them to push further forward. I just don't think there was any way that Chris really could cover from below. Should there be people there?
No. I mean, no, he couldn't. I don't think they even realized that there was anyone below them, because they came in and took out the players that were on top. Obviously, you know, those players haven't given them any info really, so it's they come in not knowing there's players below them. So at the same time, I don't blame Fazra for going for that ridge, but it's a risk he's willing to take, and it didn't really work out this time.
I will find some silver crate. He's gonna be well satisfied with that coming into the final couple of fights here. James and Ibiza trying to bait out people from inside, but Luz ain't gonna let him have it easy. Luz does get taken. Nope, he does not actually. I thought he was low on HP there, but nope, still full. Now they know where he is, so I like the baits. Eva was holding the angle, waiting for people to start looking. And James was the one driving forward.
Yeah, that's a solid play. That's like a typical Team Liquid play right there. It's just to kind of...
The baits.
Yeah, exactly. Let one or two players drive by, and the other two, or, you know, if they're in a squad, let the other two sort of hold the angles and get the knock so they can push on it.
Rax has 3 bullets. Might swap weapon, buddy.
You might want a few more there, to be fair.
Might just want to swap it over. Chris has the MK14, but it ain't gonna matter because he also have a lot of 5.56 bullets in his body, and he has gone down. The ghillie suit doesn't really help him a whole lot when he starts moving around. Pushers don't move.
Exactly.
Oh, it was actually Ibel taking him. But
nice little headshot. Gaxi, down you go. And again, I mean, N47 have a lot of control here. So it's nice to see. So they should be able to roam around and sort of take control from James on the southern side if they can.
T-Bone and Vasco got themselves 2 wins yesterday in that N47 duo in the Opens.
That's right.
And here Ibel and
what is this? Oh, okay.
And then he gets knocked by it. Starts flying in the air and goes crazy.
I wouldn't
Poltergeist bike, go!
PUBG to that, yeah.
Activate craziness now. He just has to hit that one no-clip corner, whatever happens, and then just goes spastic and kills him, you know?
Exactly.
Yep, that's interesting. Circle shift away from the compound. Ibiza and James will have to move, but I would think, given how close they are to the circle, that they would want to wait until Tausera has been forced down. Because if they start pushing up north from where they are now, and Tausera hasn't run down yet, they are going to be damn exposed, and he will still have trees where he can hide himself from the vision of some of the other players.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he doesn't have too many trees in terms of on the side of the hill. On top is okay, but there's only a few trees on the side. So
but he can sit on those trees there. Yeah, exactly.
True,
he those trees and hold them out.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's got to be one of those render different at distance. So he sees one tree up by Tausera that is rendered in one way, and therefore he can't see him, but Tausera, it renders different for him because he's right next to it. You can see already now in the background there, some of the trees, they're like bloop, bloop, changing up their look a little. Tausera actually gets the double. Great play. 2 kills and secures himself 1 placement point. That's a 3-kill double right there. 3-point double right there.
That's absolutely nuts. Fair play from Tausera. It does get 2. Good. And I mean, as a solo as well, just completely destroying this guy, Shaq. That was his home. That was his home.
What's worse than 1 big bad wolf? 2 liquid players.
Yeah.
They'll not blow air in your house. They'll blow nades in your house, and unfortunately, that normally gets you killed.
That's pretty toxic, to be fair. More nades coming in. This one's on the money, right? Oh no, maybe not. No,
a little far.
Bit too short there. So he's trying to throw some nades from himself as well. That one's pretty close. There we go. It means that takes the kill. And they can take more space now.
They sure can. As we say, that M47 do push over. It took a little while. Nades were thrown. A lot of vision was committed to that side of the circle. And now James goes down. And you can see how far in the open Ibiza is here. Still 3 teams left alive. Ibiza finds himself alone. Tausera does too. And unfortunately for him, Tausera is looking towards him as well. He can't really see a whole lot. The only thing this really does for Tausera is to allow for Page and Ival to know exactly where he is too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now Page and Ival, the only duo in the game so far, they have complete sort of I guess control in terms of they know exactly where everyone is. Just a matter of who they choose to fight next when the circle goes Goal was at somewhere. This isn't the last circle. Phase 9 is the last one, so this isn't the dot. The next one will be the dot now.
We've been shifting so much out in the open that pretty much everyone's died trying to get to this area of the map. And even though we haven't really been impacted by water at all to the extent that I not hoped but thought we might be in the first 2 games, the circles have still been pretty brutal. I mean, to be fair, it's still been some pretty tough circles these players have had to deal with.
Yeah, but I like the change of the circles. Looks like I'm not sure.
Just no predictability.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I was shooting at. He's shooting at the crate.
Yeah, crates deserve to be shot at sometimes. You can upgrade the loot if you hit it 3 times on the red path.
Ah, okay.
You didn't know that? Then you get 2 level 3 helmets.
That's pretty good to know. There we go. The more you know from Toby.
We have to tell the people, I guess, that it's not true.
Yeah, no, yeah.
We need to inform them that we're just kidding. Because I'll get like, Toby, I tried to do this, it doesn't work. We are the messengers of oh my lord, that's a double.
Oh wow.
Half meter like longer, and that would have been right on. EB Prone's down. He's still hidden for now. That one, nope, he's on the other side of the track. I like the no, he runs to the same side again, Paige. The timing. So unfortunate. That's a flashbang. Fortunately, doesn't do any damage. I will also have HP, and the duo might just be taken out by the solos from each their side now.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like Ibiza tried to flush that, but Towser does still get the kill. So 3 kills for himself there. 4 kills for the team.
So hard to see.
Yeah, I think he's just basically guessing and assuming where he might be. But 3 solos up. Ibiza is making some sort of flank around.
I like the push around. He knows that they're fighting on the hilltop. Did he just see one? Also, he's actually getting closer to the center than where it was before. I really like this push by him. I'm not biased by any means, because especially not in these type of tournaments, I don't want to be. But I kind of want Ibiza to win this game, just because whenever something has happened with Liquid, so I mean, we had the James 12 kill absurd Sanok game. Yep. And Ibiza's just been through a lot, you know? He's been through a lot in this tournament so far, and maybe, just maybe, this is the game where he deserves to get things going his way.
Yeah, he's been through some tough times. If it looks like
you have to drop your pants out.
Yeah, I was getting naked.
That's
this is TOS here.
Maybe that's how it does. You know, like I've always been told, if you ever get into a fight with a guy that's bigger, then you just drop your pants.
Yeah,
he's gonna think it's super awkward, and then he's gonna run away. You know, like just out crazy the crazy guy, and then you'll win the fight.
That's actually quite smart.
Maybe that's what I was doing. Like, before they shoot, like, wait, what? Doesn't pants on? And then boom, the bullet comes in their face instead. Exactly. It's all about having that 1 second of questionable time, you know. And if that's what it takes, then I guess I will find a way to do it. Oh, he is gonna get spotted by. Oh my! Oh, he didn't get him. Also level 3 gear.
Wow,
but he knows exactly where he is.
Yeah, that's the 556 damage coming in, and I mean the nades are coming out. That nade's too short. Where is it though? It's not. He dodges it. Does get behind the hay bale.
Number 2.
Yeah, so
number 3.
Lots of nades coming through. Yeah, number 3 comes out.
That's out in the open.
Oh no, he's so far more. That nade's big.
No, he can't. Oh, I thought he shot it before the nade popped.
Imagine.
Ibiza does manage to find the kill. The Liquid team, or Team Liquid, as you could see on your screens, do manage to get themselves a win here. 7 kills, 6 of those for Ibiza. So I guess this was a little shout out to James saying, you know what, I can do it too. You're not the only one. Might not have been as many kills, but it all worked out yet.
Yeah, solid stuff. I mean, it's Ibiza sort of picking up for now. James is sort of, I wouldn't say it's slack, but but James is kind of sort of death now. Now they're kind of trading places in terms of he's coming out solo and winning games by himself. So solid stuff.
Now they just need to win where they're both alive.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Maybe someday. They did play it smart up until that point. We saw the whole bait and loss in the compound earlier, and they got the kill early game and smart disengage in Pachinki. I mean, they got the first kill of the game and the last kill of the game. So I guess that's the silver lining for you.
Yeah.
In game 3 here, Ravi did go down. I mean, nades again. And the funny thing is, I hear pros talk about this all the time. A lot of pros are extremely frustrated with the current meta, I guess we can say, that we're in, where everyone has 7 nades, and when you're in a squad, those 7 nades become like 28 nades for a team. In duos, it could be 14. It could be even more than that. But at the same time, they say, it's one of those, but everyone is doing it. So even though they hate them and they think it's so annoying, they still do it because it is so damn... I mean, look at this.
You have to. You have to do it.
You don't even have to peek anything. You just jump and throw something 60 meters away, and there's no punishment for you in doing so.
No, exactly.
It's a very, very, very safe, I guess you can say, way of getting kills. And because there are so many nades available in the game,
yeah, you just keep throwing. I mean, at the same time, it's like if you're in a spot where you can get naded, then it's. I mean, is it your fault? I don't know.
Can you not be when you're in an area like that in the end game?
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, one open field.
In the end game, it's different. But then again, if it's a 1v1, it's I don't know. Well, it's true. Yeah, it is what it is.
It ain't easy, guys, but nades are here, and they're going to be staying at least for a little while longer, at least through today in this tournament. Let's put it at that. We're going to take a short break. We have played through day number 1, guys. Day number 3, sorry. Final day of the group stage. Stick around. We'll be right back.